Welcome to Veganizing Everything. In this video I'm going to show you my recipe for vegan rhubarb vanilla tartlets. After this video you will know all the steps to make these delicious plant-based tartlets yourself. It's still time to get some rhubarb in the supermarket, but the best thing is if you can get your hands onto some homegrown rhubarb, maybe from a friend or your own garden. I got mine from my grandma. You can totally make this recipe in one day, but I'd recommend to split it up into 2 days because you need to freeze something overnight. So let's start with day 1. From the rhubarb you want to cut small pieces. As you can see, mine are about 1 centimeter thick. After that, transfer the cut rhubarb into a small saucepan together with some citric acid, sugar and pectin. Add a bit of water on top to help dissolve everything. Cook it for around 10 minutes until it reaches a compote-like consistency. Fill it into a half-sphere silicone mold and freeze overnight. The silicone mold I'm using has 35 mm diameter. This is perfect for the tartlets because they are 8 cm in diameter. Now comes the part where you need to prepare the first part of the Crème Diplomate. I already made a separate video for this, which is in my feed, or you can look up the recipe on my website, which is linked in my bio. Next up in the recipe is the tart shell, or in French, Pâte, Sucrée. For this we add in a mixing bowl flour, icing sugar, cornstarch, ground almonds and salt. If you're interested in the recipe with exact measurements, you can check out the recipe on my website. After roughly combining all the ingredients, we add in cubed ice-cold vegan butter. On a medium setting, for example on my KitchenAid on setting 3, you mix until the dough becomes the texture of wet sand. After around 3 minutes you add in ice cold water and mix until the dough comes together. Put the dough into your counter and press it down with a spatula or your hand, collect it again and repeat this process for about 10 times. In French patisserie this process is called fraisage. This helps to distribute the butter into the dough evenly without creating too much gluten in the dough. Roughly flatten the dough between 2 sheets of parchment paper and cool it in the fridge overnight. Now to the second day. For the Almond Financier, you first need white sugar, brown sugar and vegan butter, which you beat until it becomes paler in color. This step we're doing is called creaming. It helps dissolve the sugar crystals into the fat molecules and also incorporates a lot of air into the batter. Now you can add the remaining dry ingredients, which are ground almonds, flour and baking powder. Add in the vegan milk and just mix until everything comes together. You don't want to overmix the dough, otherwise it will become too chewy while baking. Now you can take out the dough for the tart shells from the fridge and start making it pliable again with a rolling pin. Then roll out the first 5 mm and then 3 mm thickness. Peel off the parchment paper, flour it from one side and turn the dough around. For my 8 cm tartlets I'm using an 11 cm cookie cutter. Step by step while rotating the tart rings I push the dough into it and cut off the excess dough with a sharp knife. Bake the shells for 15 minutes at 160 degrees top-bottom heat. Pipe the almond cream into the tartlets so they are nearly filled to the top. Place some fresh slices of rhubarb onto it and bake for another 15 minutes. While the tartlets are cooling down, you can make the second part of the Crème Diplomate. With the vegan cream we will pipe a flower-like design around the Rhubarb Insert. It works best if you use one of these rotating plates. And for the full recipe, you can check out my bio.